He's not even turned the microphone on. This has started great. What a great start to everything.
It smells a bit like cheese. Like it's bad cheese.
Yeah,
not right. It's a bit wrong.
Do you think the whole of Paris just has that cheesy funk?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. No, it's
Cheesemongers. We are here just to get some stationery and a few bits, so that we can actually just do some organising. It's difficult when you're working with loads of different things that are moving around so quickly. Trying to do it digitally between the two of us is actually really tricky.
I would like to get some stuff from the stuff shop, which sells things and stuff. We're getting art supplies.
We're not getting art supplies.
Oh, sorry, we're getting
stationery. There's a massive difference. We're not painting anything over here.
Okay, we're getting stationaries.
We're getting like big bits of paper, some pens, some stuff that we can start drawing on and actually coordinate bits and bobs. So we had a bit of a debate about what to do in terms of getting paper. They had massive pieces of sort of A1 that we wanted to use, but they're really expensive because they're like proper art things, and we're just going to be doodling and drawing on them. So in the end, we're going to attempt to use the wrapping paper technique, where we use the other side of the wrapping paper, which looks like it's drawable. So we've done one thing. We've started to plan. How many songs have you started working on? Right, so see if we have this here, and then all we have to do is just write down what we've got. So we're going to need 12. 1, 2.
It's a bit crazy. Yes. One day to record every song, it seems a bit crazy, and so, but I think so. It's great to try to make crazy things.
C'est complètement fou, c'est super le Paris Challenge, de rencontrer des musiciens et de se dire on se fait un super défi dans un beau studio, allez on y va tous ensemble, quelque chose de complètement fou. J'adore les trucs complètement fous.
So because we didn't have lots of time to do this, just 9 days, we had to like allocate tasks between us.
You kind of have to split. You think there's loads of things happening at once, so you're trying to find the musicians. But once you've got musicians, you've got to start working with them on the music, because you've got 9 days to basically write and arrange 12 songs, which is more than one song a day. So we decided to kind of split tasks between us. So Eric would have like the writing part initially, and he'd be working on each of the songs and just some different ideas that might be coming up. And I was trying to find all the musicians. And we knew it was going to be quite difficult finding the musicians, but it kind of, yeah, I mean, how did we find the musicians in the end?
Well, mostly through stuff like
Facebook.
I've seen it on Facebook.
L'annonce sur le Facebook.
Via Facebook.
Facebook.
J'ai trouvé le Paris Challenge sur Facebook, bien sûr.
Sean Buswell just sent me a message on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook, I mean, pretty much was integral in us finding a bunch of the musicians. So we're the first generation of people that can start putting ads out, looking for musicians globally, using systems that can automatically translate those ads. People were responding. We were putting ads up on French music websites. People were responding in French. There was one musician, Severine, that I was writing to, and she couldn't speak any English.
How did you think it went?
What? I don't speak English. I don't speak French.
Sorry.
So I said, right, I will write you in English, use Google Translate. She'd then use that and she'd write back in French, and then I would put her sentences into Google Translate. That would then translate it back again. This is a phenomenal way that we can now work. We ended up, making music with musicians that I could barely string a sentence together with.
Okay. I'm Séverine Dessus. I'm violoniste. Ça te dit? Violoniste.
Quelle importance a la musique pour toi?
Quelle importance? J'ai toujours fait de la musique, donc en fait, pour moi, c'est ma vie. Et mon mari est musicien, mes enfants sont musiciens, mes parents sont musiciens, ma sœur est musicienne, tout le monde est musicien. On donne tous des cours de musique, on fait tous des concerts. Donc la musique, c'est ma vie. Voilà. Et on fait de la musique tous ensemble. grâce à Matt, Sean et Eric, et qui nous a permis de tous nous faire nous rencontrer, et c'est une grande chance.
One of the biggest things that we need to do, and whilst it's probably not that exciting, it's actually fundamental for the challenge, is to organise the rehearsals. So all of the musicians have now started to tell me the days that they're free, but the biggest problem that we've got is we can't find a rehearsal space. We had one place and then I can't get in touch with them online. So the only thing we can do, we're going to have to physically go there and actually speak to them in person. So we're travelling to the studio now to try and speak to them to arrange rehearsals, find out when they've got free days and try and slot the musicians in. So it's a proper juggling act.
There we go. Okay. Oh God, there's lots of people in there. I generally just became terrified. Yeah, so well, we found the studio, this is the place. And now I just need to kind of compose myself, so
I'm not going to film.
No, I feel quite awkward.
I'm going to leave the camera, but I'm going to point it to the ground.
Yeah, makes sense, and do that. Excuse-moi, mon français est terrible. Parlez-vous anglais?
Non.
Okay. This tariff?
Yes.
Oui, okay. So we have the tariff. Eh? So we have the tariff.
Oh, should we just sit here and read it?
No, I can take it.
Au revoir.
Yeah, that that went terribly wrong. So I went in and just sort of said, like, my French is terrible. Like, do you speak English? And she was like, no. Just sat down, just didn't even look at me. So trying to actually book up these rehearsals, I don't know how we're going to do it. And it's my fault. I've entered into a place where I can't open dialogue with those people. And I realised that it's the kind of thing where I'm going to need to engage in dialogue. This isn't just a press that button, I need that, I need a conversation. And I've put myself in an environment where I can't have the dialogue I need to make it work. And it's quite terrifying because if we don't get this, the album's going to sound terrible. It's going to sound under-rehearsed. It's my own fault for putting myself in a country where I can't speak the language, and now I feel foolish about it, if I'm honest, and feel a little deflated. It's kind of taken it out of me. I'd rather just go home and work on stuff. I'm either just going to sulk about it, or we just go home and I work on stuff that I can do that is productive, like I just work on some music. I don't know how to do this. Like, if it was just a band, it'd be different.
So, okay.
Smooth. Smooth. Great word. Yeah, go on.
So we went to Paris thinking that we were going to be able to write the songs with the musicians.
Yeah, it was kind of the idea, wasn't it? Collaborate with each of them,
Yeah.
sort it out. The problem is once you get there and you start speaking to people, you start realising that a lot of the musicians don't have as much free time. They're not just loafing around Paris like we are for 9 days. They've got lives and jobs and other things that they're doing. You start realising that there's no way that people are going to all be available at the same time. Not everyone's going to want to collaborate on stuff. Some people were saying to us, we're not even going to be available to rehearse. We can just turn up and play on the studio recording on the last day. So you start having to sort of rework the way you do things.
New idea, multi-language. Yep. Right, it's not so much an idea anymore, it's a full score.
Maybe we should call it a MIDI gene.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you haven't heard this about the dot. Mary Jean is not my lover.
See how the lonely heart will open up your head, and the more you give to me, then the more that I could have. See a whole lot more than we could ever wish. Before I ever knew the break, I'd fall in front of company.
Oh, I can't do it. It's funny. It went funny.
funny. I've just written words. I've not really written any music for it yet.
Look at him living dangerously.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
You can do it.
It's got a bit of sexual tension.
Yes. I think it's the tension between me and you.
So I've just scored this.
Oh, well done for scoring it. How is the score?
I've just scored this. I've just written this music for this song called "Realize." Is it "Realize"?
Yeah, that's what we're going to call it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I've spent a long time doing it now, and I've just asked Sean for some feedback, and he's just dissed it. He said, "Is this what it's meant to sound like? Have you sent me the right file?" So
You're right there.
I was going to get off because I thought I'm going to change the angle because it's too exciting. Go on, carry on, Eric. It was interesting.
Yeah, so I've just sent Sean this score that I've spent a lot of time doing now, for Realize, the first song that we were meant to do, and I thought it was brilliant. It's really like uplifting and huge sounding, and he just goes, "Is this what it's meant to sound like? Have you sent me the right file?" That's the comment. It's not even like.
It's not like I'm happy. He sent it to me and I don't like it. It's bad. Like I'm not saying what you did is. Just mean the situation is bad. Not what you've done is bad. The situation is bad. I can't help but not like it. But the question is, do I have to like it? So this is it. I wanted it to be kind of more inspirational and a bit more grandiose, but. It's this part. There we go.
Oh, I wasn't sure about that actually. That's the bit. Yeah.
That's what I have.
It's the bit Mozart, but
It's a bit Mozart. I've just written something that's just a bit Mozart. It's just a bit Mozart.
I actually no. The thing is, you can probably. I'm fine with you just removing that because I was unsure about it. Actually, do you know what?
I like that you've written bassoon and we haven't even spoken to a single bassoon player.
No, I usually do it for safety measures because if a bassoon safety
everyone needs a safety bassoon.
Yeah, it's a safety bassoon.
My feeling is very I can't wait to this Sunday because I know something will be very special and very good, and I will play with many musicians, and I'm sure that will be good, and the people will like it. They will like it.
12 minutes, I think. We're now waiting. Mildly frustrating. So I haven't eaten again today. So Eric's just messaged me saying, have you bumped into any accordion players? And I said, no. I said, we're struggling to find extra musicians at the moment. You line up the ducks, don't you? So at the moment, studio is the first thing, then songs, then extra musicians, because if we found no one else and those musicians all turned up, it would still be a really, really good lineup. But I'm saying to Eric, should we try for an accordion player? Feels right. We're in France. We should have an accordion. Let's see if we can find one randomly. Although most accordion players will find a random piece of meat just landed from the sky. Sky meat. I'm going to have to investigate. It's almost like
manna from heaven.
It is manna from heaven. It must be from the gods. They want me to eat the street meat. That's what they actually want. Shall I do it?
No.
Why not? How much will you give me? Will you give me €1,400 to eat some street meat?
No, you'll end up ill.
Do you think there's anyone? Imagine that. He couldn't finish it because he got botulism by eating the meat. It's the end part, that's why. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, no, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to do it. So we're heading to Le Studio Faber for the first meeting with them, so we can decide what we're going to do with the actual recording on the 9th. Some days I kind of get really caught up in the fact, like, oh, I'm spending all this money on this thing, and it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be what I want. And then I kind of remember, if everyone else is having an amazing time, and you bring together people and you create like a wonderful memory. Hey, there we go. You create like the wonderful memory. It doesn't really matter. So I should be less precious about it, I think. Je cherche Jean Christophe. Je cherche Jean. Oh God, I can't even remember. This is the way it gets so terrible because I get all like problematic with like languages and stuff. For some reason, it's made. I think it's because I hate the idea that people come to countries and they're really disrespectful and they don't learn languages, and I've ended up being that person. But it's not like I'm just doing touristy things where I can get a phrase book where it's like, où est la bibliothèque? I need to know actual, like specific phrases relating to what we're doing musically, and going in now. I'm just thinking, right, so how do I explain I'm here for a meeting? Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je cherche Jean-Christophe.
Je suis. Vous êtes Sean?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice lovely to meet you.
Qui est l'ingénieur du son?
Bonjour. Bonjour. Je m'appelle Sean. Sean.
Nice to meet you.
So drums, bass, piano, a Moroccan instrument called a guembri. Guembri. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So one of those. So strings, we have 2 cellos, maybe 2 viola, and 6 violins. And then in terms of woodwind, we have flute, clarinet, alto sax, tenor sax, baritone sax, I think. Yeah, and an oboe. And then with brass, we have 2 trumpets and a trombone.
Là, les cordes, on peut les mettre au casque.
Bah pour moi, c'est en fait, il faudrait partir tout le monde au casque en fait. Everybody with headphones.
If you could, yeah. I mean, the less wedges make it easier for you as well in terms of containing the sound, so perfect.
But I think we can do it.
Yep.
But yeah, not too much more, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep it. Yeah. So contain it with what we have now. Incredible how it suddenly changes when you actually see places and having all these different partitions and stuff. This is quite amazing, actually. At the moment, I kind of look at it like a balloon.
A balloon.
Ballon?
Yeah.
Like
balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sort of, so if we put too much, it's going
yeah,
to pop.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Okay.
it's close to.
Understand
Yeah.
the picture.
Yes. So yeah, it's almost full.
There's a limit.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. This will be the first time we've tried to record an album.
Like this.
On paper, it should be rubbish.
Can we go?
It should be terrible. So if it's anything better than terrible, we'll have succeeded.
Maybe put the drums
Mhm.
in the center.
Yeah.
The rhythmic section with the bass on the left, or
Yeah.
the piano on the right, you know, with the guitar somewhere, and in front maybe with the panel or the orchestra and the rest, vocals in the both.
Okay.
Try to make everybody see
Yeah.
everybody.
Of course. Yeah.
And let's play.
I'm genuinely feeling utterly elated. I didn't eat. I had an apple earlier. That was basically all I ate, and I feel completely nourished. It's really weird how those things work. Nourishment for the soul. It's not just the place; it's the people. It's exactly what's needed. It's like this is always about people. This is always about humans. Jean-Christophe and Guillaume are they're amazing. They're incredible people. And the fact that they're so lovely about it, and the fact that they're really into it and they get it, and they've been very polite in the way they've said it, but I know what they're saying. Don't add more musicians. It's going to be really difficult as it is. But instead of telling me what to do, they've allowed me the freedom to do what I want, and it's now up to me, respectfully, to build that with it. So, yeah, it's going to be incredible.